Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review for you guys. So the movie I'm reviewing today is Underwater. Underwater was released on January 10th, 2020. It was directed by William Eubank, and it stars Kristen Stewart as Nora, Vincent Cassel as Captain, and Jessica Henwick as Emily. This movie had a budget of $50 to $80 million, and at the box office it made $40.9 million, so it did not do quite as well as we would have hoped. Alright, so let's get into what Underwater is about. So Underwater takes place in a underwater oil rig in maybe the Mariana Trench. They mentioned it in the opening credits, but I'm not 100% sure of where it's at. But we have Kristen Stewart's character, and she is in this like locker room kind of area, and she's brushing her teeth, and then all of a sudden she hears some noises and things start like exploding around her, and she realizes that something is happening to this underwater rig, and there's like 300 people on board of this rig under the water. She runs out, water starts filling up the areas, and she's like trying to get people out of their rooms. She meets another person that also works on the rig, and they make it to this area, and as they are getting ready to, they're like trying to get people in, but everyone's too far away, and she has to make the decision that she's going to close off that part of the rig before it takes the entire rig down. They then try to get to these escape pods, and which will take them straight to the surface. And they get there and realize that all of the pods are gone, and the captain is there inside the pod room and is trying to get more help. They go to like a control room, and there's two other characters there. Emily is one of them, and the captain brings up this idea of going to this drill site, and that they will use the pods that are at this drill site. But the problem is this drill site is not connected to this rig, so they have to put on these like suits, which are really interesting looking, and they're pretty cool, and they're like these like metal suits, and they have to literally walk on the ocean floor to get to this drill site. And when they get out, they realize that they're not the only things in the water. And so that's where I'm going to leave this synopsis. Let's talk about what I liked about this movie. So I thought that it was shot really well. I really liked the overall look of this movie, and it was a very interesting thing because we've never really seen something that takes place that far under the water. Anytime that they're under the water that deep, it's always in like a submarine or something. We've never seen people literally walking on the ocean floor. I like the creature design. It was an aquatic creature, so there was some aquatic elements to it, but I really liked it. There is this issue where it does look like a very familiar creature, but it has enough differences that I think that makes it interesting itself. And you know, if you told me before I watched this movie that this was a Cloverfield movie, like in the Cloverfield universe, I would 100% believe you, because this seemed like a Cloverfield movie, and honestly, I don't know necessarily why they didn't decide to make it a Cloverfield movie, because I could definitely see this being in the universe. I also liked how this movie made you feel like the stakes were real, and they do a very good job of making you feel claustrophobic, especially when they are filming scenes in the suits, because those suits cannot be very comfortable. I would definitely be claustrophobic in those suits. And you know, I would say that probably it's unlikely that this will get a sequel, but I would like to see a sequel to kind of like see what happens after this movie ends. I would definitely recommend checking this out if you haven't seen it. But now that we've heard what I had to say, let's talk about what other people had to say about this movie. On Letterboxd, it has a 2.8 out of 5. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 47% critic score and a 60% audience score. And on IMDb, it has a 5.8 out of 10. And so I actually gave this a 4 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. I really enjoyed this movie, and I watched it on HBO Max, and I was actually surprised at how much I liked this, because I had heard like it was aliens in the water, and it kind of has a little bit of an alien feel. It is much more different than aliens. There's enough unique things in this movie that it is definitely worth checking out if you are interested in horror or aquatic movies, and especially aquatic horror. So that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen Underwater and whether you liked it or you didn't like it and why. And remember, if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to be, please hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day. Bye.